everyone, welcome back to another Parts Factory Australia installation tutorial video. Guys, today we're back out in the farm working on this Holden Captiva. Specifically, we're going to be changing the fuel pump, the whole sender. It's in under the seat. It's going to take about half an hour. You got to be careful with this type of thing because obviously you're working in and around fuel and fuel vapor itself. First steps, pretty straightforward though, guys. Disconnect your battery. That way there's no electrical charge throughout the whole body of the car. That way you can't have any dramas with any sort of electrical fire, etc, etc. Other than that, guys, don't forget, if you do require this part, we have them available here at Parts Factory Australia. They're 198 bucks, free express post anywhere in Australia. And if you are international, yes, we have FedEx. We can send it to your door anywhere in the world, nice and quickly. Alrighty, guys, I won't muck you around any further. Let's jump into it. Oh, one last thing, guys. This fuel pump, the one that we're doing today, is specific to the petrol. That is the 2.4 or the 3.2. If you get any later than 2011, the motor changes. The fuel pump will be similar, but of course the plug might be different, the number of lines. Realistically, it's still going to work for almost all your Captivas, other than your diesel, because your diesel, of course, has a timing chain driven or powered or whatever you want to call it, diesel fuel pump on the engine itself. Totally different setup. All right, let's jump into it. Alrighty, guys. First things first, we need to locate our fuel pumps. Now, they're not the easiest to access fuel pump I've ever worked on. So you need to get this seat pop forward like that. I'm sure as you own the car, you probably know how to do that, but it's this lever here, and the whole thing will actually pop forward, which is probably the only easy thing about this task, because the remainder, you got to pop this trim piece up, remove it off. To do that, you just use a flathead screwdriver, pop it up, fingers under it, and lift her up. And then you can grab your carpet, and you literally just have to reef it up into the air. You expose this like fireproof mat thing. It's a bit hard to do this alone. I'm gonna give it my best shot, but yeah, you can see underneath you've got your little caps, and you basically use the same thing again, flathead screwdriver, and you can basically just hopefully basically pop them up into the air. I'm going to set up my camera. Alrighty, guys, so what I did is I bent up one of the corners just so I can grab it, and then you can just lift it off like so. It's just glue, guys. Pop that cap to the side. You can see some of them have the dual outlet like so. Some of them do not. I'm unsure on the specifics. I think it could be 2.4 goes back, and V6 only has the one feed line. But look, right now I don't have the information in front of me, so I suggest doing a bit of research. I might find it out and put it in the video just so it's all ready to go. But guys, it's then just your electrical plug. You can just press or depress that plug there, hear that click, and then you just grab it. Sometimes what you do is you just give it a bit of a push. That way it kind of just frees it up a bit. Once again, it's hard to do it with one hand, but there it is right there. You can tuck that little cable out of the way, and then you just grab this fuel line, press the two tabs on each side, and yeah, you're going to have a little bit of fuel come out, but then you just grab that pressure or that line, just tuck it out of your way. At this point, guys, there's a bit of fuel around the place, but you're going to use a little like screwdriver like this, and you see these little tabs on each end. You just gently tap it, and it will push this ring around. The ring will spin, and yeah, once that locking ring's off, then you're good to go. Right, guys, if it is nice and tight, what you can do is I've already got mine. The way I did it was you could put it in under some of the ends of each one of these little tabs and give it a hit, and what that does is it bends it up ever so slightly, freeing the lock ring to be able to just simply lift off now like so. Bring it out of the area. Remember to keep all your plug and all that stuff out of your way, because at that point you can just grab the pump, give it a twist, or like a bit of a wobble, because there's a bit of a seal there, and yeah, you can just bring her up into the air. Try not to get any dust or debris into the fuel pump area. Obviously it's not going to be good. Now See this little hose that runs off to the side? That one is in that one. So now we're up to this. Boom, now we're gonna go over to this one. We're gonna disconnect it. Alrighty guys, same thing. I've removed the cap and now I'm gonna remove this plug. Same thing again, the plug, you might need to use a little screwdriver just to press it, just to get it started basically, because then it'll just pop off. Now that one doesn't seem to want to hide out of my way, but that's okay. We're going to do the same thing again. This lock ring, you can get the little tool in and under here and bend these tabs up a bit like so. One. Now guys, in this situation, this is where you would want to get like a hose or maybe like a can of degreaser or something and spray this dirt out of your way. Do the same over here. The only reason I'm not is because this car is never going to be running again, so I don't really need to. But definitely clean this area up. Get it nice and clean so you don't get any of that dirt into your tank. Okay guys, so yeah, I had to bend these little tabs up quite significantly to get this one. It was very tight, but yeah, you can remove that lock ring. Get this plug out of your way if possible. This is your fuel level sender. It might actually be a secondary pump. I'm not sure, but based on that hose that's feeding from the other pump, it'll have some sort of secondary pump feature. You just pop it up like that. Now I just want to have a look. Oh yeah, so you can see your secondary hose just goes directly to that. So all you do is put your hand in there and pop that little plug off. You just depress the tabs on each side. Let's see if I can get a flashlight on it. See if I can light it up a bit. You see on each side how it's got those little jagged parts? You just squeeze it and it pops off. I'll give it a try and let you know how I go. Yeah, so that little pipe popped off like nothing. It was literally hardly even on there. So I've popped that off. So that means you can drop it into the tank and then lift your main fuel level sender up, hopefully. You see how it's kind of there on the side, and hopefully it doesn't really fit that well out, but look, nice and easy guys. This is actually quite an easy job. Look at that. Alrighty guys, so we got it out of your 3.2 litre V6 variant. And as you can see here, I'm just showing you the parts factory equivalent. They are an OEM replica. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you want it, you know how to find it. Links in the description of this video. Buy it, get it on your way. Save yourself some money, guys. Stop giving it to the car dealers. And Holden itself, these are the exact same and they come with a 3-year warranty. So what do you got to lose? Alrighty, so I'm not gonna put the brand new one in this scrap car for no reason. I'm gonna put this one back. But as you can already realize, guys, all we're doing is the exact same procedure in reverse. We're going to put this into the tank, connect our hose, put our level sender back into the tank, put this down, lock rings on, plugs in, and you're good to go. Now, don't forget this little seal has to be up around the rim of this pump. I can't do it with one hand. So I'm going to put the pump in. I'm going to feed that little hose over to the right so it's ready to be grabbed when I'm back over there doing that side. Right, you go. So I got this pump in and it kind of sits there nice. And now I'm going to put my hand in here. Hopefully I'm going to be able to grab that little fuel rod thing. You might have to go pretty deep in order to get it right over to the other side. And now I'm going to put my seal, once again, it's very hard to do it with one hand. I'm going to put my seal around the level sender, push the level sender in and then put the locking ring on. Alrighty guys, plugs back in, locking ring is back on. Now, we come back across to this side, same thing. Lock ring, you place it over the top. It's bloody, these fuel pumps are an awkward job, they always have been, because getting in here requires you to be a bit of a contortionist. Okay, so I've just realized that these lock rings are a slightly different design. They go over the top, as you guys would already realize, over the top of what you're working on. I don't know what's getting stuck on over there. What is that? Oh, the fuel line. Of course, it's getting stuck on the fuel line. Bring the fuel line back into play, and then of course you just grab the lock ring. You see how it's lining up just there. Twist it around with your hammer and chisel. Put your high pressure line back on, as you already know. Pressing it in, you'll hear that click. And then of course electrical plug back in, and then the OEM manufacturer seems to like it in this little weird design. Of course we're going to hammer that lock ring back around till it's nice and firm, And that is how to replace your fuel pump, guys. Alrighty guys, much easier than I was expecting, especially if you have two hands and you don't have to film the whole time. Getting that rear trim up, pull your seats forward, caps off, fuel pumps out, obviously pipe off, new fuel pump in, pipe to the side, back onto the level sender. Put those locking rings back on, make sure the seal's around the edge, and that's it guys, nice and easy. Don't forget guys, if you can, subscribe to the channel. This is a great channel to have in your toolkit if you do your own DIY repairs on cars such as this. We've got heaps of content on the things that do break on these types of cars. That's what we're all about. We're doing the stuff that breaks. We don't just do random videos for no reason. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching another Parts Factory Australia installation tutorial video. My name's Lucas. I'll see you next time.